To the top, here I go, think I'm chosen to be the king of rock, think the people have spoken. I can hear the tick-tock of the clock, I'm in motion. So now I'm gonna pop, causing all this commotion. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Fat Boy Cartel podcast. We have some breaking news this, or today I suppose, that was released from WWE when it comes to the releases that they had on Black Wednesday, as they're calling it. Certain names were released, including Aleister Black, Braun Strowman, Buddy Murphy, Ruby Riot, Lana, and Santana, Garrett, and there's a bunch of other names that were released not too long back. So we'll kind of talk about all of them here. But what are your all's thoughts on these releases?
Fucking tragedy.
Motherfucker.
I mean, that sums it up too.
Anyway,
but no, I mean, you look at like the biggest surprises to me were the Braun Strowman and Aleister Black. They just had Braun in a fucking title match at Backlash, not but a month ago. They had him fight Shane in a fucking cage at Mania, and he's. Whoop.
We'll edit this.
Keep going, right then.
Keep going.
Yeah, I guess. There he comes.
It's like he just.
What the hell was that?
I don't know, but he's back.
They've put so much time and effort into getting Braun to the point he's at now. Because, I mean, you look back at where he started at coming into the company. It was the black sheep with the Wyatt family. To the point of where that he had that feud with Roman, which killed it, whether we all agreed and liked it or not. Him flipping trucks and ambulances was badass. Bite me. And then to the point of where he's essentially in the main event picture no matter what, and then just to release him. Now, my guess is, like we were talking about before we started recording, is probably more to it, but it's still shocking as hell. And then Aleister Black, you have these vignettes promoting him coming back, making a big return with a new character, the Dark Father. Months at this point, I feel like.
Yeah.
And just this past Friday, you have him come out during the IC Fatal 4-Way, deliver a black mass to Big E, setting up a feud between them, to the point where you actually shot the next step in the feud to now not in the company.
Yeah, just they dropped it all together.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah.
Well, it just goes to show that I'm telling you, they're going to sell this motherfucker. I'm telling you now.
That's definitely the heavy rumor. Yeah.
Peacock is down for 5 years for streaming, just the streaming services and all the video library. 5 years goes by real fucking quick, and you can get rid of a lot more contracts in 5 years. And I'm telling you, it's going to show a huge profit. And once that 5 years is up with Peacock, Mickey Mouse is going to come swooping in. And next thing you know,
if you 5 years,
all the divas
maybe
are going to be Disney princesses.
I honestly think if anybody's going to buy it, it'll probably just be NBC Universal altogether and just get the rights to the whole darn shebang if they can get it away from Fox on SmackDown.
Yeah, because they've already got
everything else
NXT.
and the network
Right,
itself. But
here's the thing: Vince McMahon wants to be known as the biggest, baddest, everything. I forget how much the UFC was acquired for, but if he can break that record, even if it's by $1, he could say he had the biggest professional sports acquisition, whatever you want to call it. And Disney got deep pockets.
they do, but my only retort to that is, now if you're saying like 5 years from now, that may be different. But as of today, everybody tends to forget Disney just spent half of their net worth on 20th Century Fox. And not only that, there are government laws in place to prevent like monopolies and things like that. So I'm not so sure Disney's in a position to make this acquisition right now. But eventually,
right now, no.
maybe, yeah, absolutely. But we'll see. But I just kind of tend to lean toward NBC Universal. That's just me personally. But definitely somebody with deep pockets.
It looks like $4 billion, Tony.
Which is
That's
what
how much
Lucasfilm.
UFC got bought for or sold for.
UFC seems like what I'm finding is about $4 billion.
Okay. And you could easily get that, if not more, for WWE. And I'm telling you, 5 years from now, when that's up, I'm telling you, the mouse is going to get it. That mouse, he loves cheese, and he got plenty of it.
Well, I mean, it would definitely add to their Disney Plus. I don't know if they would put it on that or Hulu, but they've had recent,
They do Hulu. They do it with Hulu.
Yeah, WWE's been on Hulu before with their like replays and stuff, so it's definitely a possibility. But then by then, who knows? Maybe Disney Plus has their own adult part of the channel, which I know in other countries they already do this little bit of an app on the Disney Plus called Star that's got more adult material on it. Just for whatever reason in the US they don't.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so I mean that's definitely a possibility. But as of these guys that were released today, as well as some of the other names that are available right now, such as Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, Andrade, Mickey James, Peyton Royce, and Billy Kay, obviously they all have to go by different names moving forward. Any thoughts on where any of these guys could possibly end up, or gals for that matter?
They're all going to Impact.
Well, that's definitely about all.
I honestly think, if anything, Lana may go to AEW with Rusev.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, this
that's
batch,
a
this
gimme.
new batch, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they will go to AEW. But that last match, they're all going to Impact.
I don't think Braun would go to AEW. I think Braun would. He could kill it. Him and Buddy Murphy both could kill it.
I wonder how many bridges Braun has burned over the years, basically talking about how indie wrestlers, aren't as good as.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you wonder. I don't know if he has or not.
Yeah, but he wrestled a lot of those indie wrestlers too, so
yeah,
it is what it is there. But I think he's a big guy.
He's a fucking special attraction.
Over in Japan, bruh. Yeah, he would be.
I mean, he could be the next Bruiser Brody over there.
Hey, get out of there. And Buddy Murphy on his ability alone, he could either go ROH, New Japan.
Buddy could go pretty much anywhere and probably succeed.
Mm-hmm.
I can see him in Mexico too.
Yeah, I think Aleister Black
could definitely, yeah.
He may go back to ROH for a little bit. He may go to New Japan for a little bit. I just don't see, and I kind of don't want everybody to go to AEW.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah, I was telling Rebecca today, is like, I immediately thought what you Brandon, what you said about Joe is, if a lot of these names go to AEW, what do you do with them?
I think
Joe's definitely.
Yeah, Joe or
women.
Aleister or Lana are the only ones I really think I would want in AEW. And if Aleister goes there, Zelina Vega's going with him.
Well, but I mean, with the women, Ruby Riot and Santana Garrett could kill it right now in AEW.
Oh yeah, they could be a welcome.
God knows God knows they need help in the women's division there.
Right, but that's only 2 girls.
And the Iconics could. Baker. Yeah. I
mean, you got what's her, Peyton Royce. You got Sean Spears over there.
Yeah, that's another one.
Question: with these recent let goes, is the 90-day no compete clause still going to be a thing there?
Everybody but Daniel Bryan, I think, for the most part. Daniel Bryan can go anywhere he wants right now.
Which, more than likely, Daniel's going to come back to WWE.
Probably.
But here's the thing.
Once live crowds come back.
It seems like they're trying to lower their overhead here by releasing a lot of these guys and girls. With a guy like Daniel Bryan, you can't just sign him for fucking pennies here.
Yeah, he ain't going to do the chump change.
So
no.
Do you honestly think it'd be a smart move? Because if that's the case, and you factor in the fact that, okay, if we're going to re-sign Daniel Bryan here, we're going to have to cut some more of these other people. And we may see more people end up being cut.
Oh, we're going to.
Keith Lee, it's not done yet.
Keith Lee's the next one is out.
Yeah, so is Mia Yim, and I heard Angel Garza, Humberto Carrillo, Liv Morgan. They're all names that are being floated around right now.
Which Humberto Carrillo, they're having him in a fucking program with Sheamus and Ricochet right now for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
After he just got done breaking Sheamus's nose, that's definitely
well, let's not act like Sheamus hasn't broke people's bodies as well.
At the same time,
I
think
but when you already got one foot out the door,
Ricochet will probably be another name.
I hope Ricochet's one of those names, because I think he'd be a lot better.
I think he'll probably go back to New Japan.
That would be fine.
That or
independent scene, go back to ROH.
Yeah,
like that.
They will end up at not AEW, but they will end up on Impact, even if it's for their big Slammiversary or whatever it is. Because if you remember, the last time they did that, where the group of folks got released and they all teased them, every one of them showed up. I'm not saying that we're not going to get swerved again, but they've teased Joe, Bryan, Iconics, and Mickey James. I'm telling you, I think they'll at least show up for one match.
Joe wouldn't be bad
because he's got history with the company.
Joe has to go to AEW because he does not have a lot of tread left on the tires, and he needs to make as much money as he can. And the only one that's got the pockets deep enough is Tony Khan. He needs to go there, get his money's worth.
I mean, fuck, even if it's to go on commentary like they're doing with Mark Henry, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, don't let Mark Henry's got another match left. Don't let him.
Yeah, he's already said he wants one more.
To have another match.
Yeah, at least
he's
one.
Again, Eric, we talked about this at work too. But I told you that fucking Eddie Edwards or whatever, LA Knight, whatever. I was like, I didn't think that gimmick was good because he was literally The Rock in TNA. Like, it was his mannerisms, his cadence, everything.
And he's got good mic skills.
It threw me off though.
But yeah, the way he's wearing the vest and everything too, kind of like The Rock did at times.
I don't agree with Mark Henry. He's ripping off The Rock. I don't agree with that.
I wouldn't say he's ripping off The Rock. I mean, if Rock was part of his inspiration, I mean, you got to think about it in the same sense of a lot of actors and you know, musicians and stuff. They're not really necessarily ripping off old artists, but there's people who inspired them. So therefore, you will pick up stuff like that in their music or their art or whatever it may be.
Well, who hasn't ripped off somebody in wrestling?
Yeah.
I mean,
For
unless
sure.
you go back to Abraham Lincoln and you were one of the first persons to do a
To
fucking
wrestle
body
a
slam,
bear.
you ripping somebody off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, though, there is a where you're blatantly overly.
Yeah, and if you look at his TNA stuff, it's kind of like you close your eyes and listen.
Yeah,
The
old
way
boy's
he
not
cut promos and
he's not Dwayne.
How did we get on LA Knight? Just so I know.
I don't know. It was
Mark
just a
Henry.
thought I had in my head.
But then again,
Mark Henry said
Yeah,
it. Okay.
Leo Rush
I was gonna say
he's, I guess, squashed at the pay-per-view, but we'll see about that too.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Remember the heat that Mark Henry and Leo Rush had a little while
Yeah,
back?
yeah. I heard they
yeah.
talked. I heard they talked about
Don't
it.
get me started on how quickly he got fucking heated out that.
Wasn't it
battle.
because?
How fast did he fuck up?
Yeah.
Oh, and while we're here, Eric, I need you to tell me something about a gut punch. And,
yeah. They didn't do that the way I hoped they would. That's for sure.
No,
But
was
that
the worst part.
notwithstanding,
I didn't know
that was still a good show all the way around for the most part, outside of the middle part of this pay per view. So, and I think most people would agree.
I heard about that. I was like, I knew they were gonna fucking do that. I was so mad.
Yeah.
I wasn't really happy
I
about
was
it. But
so mad. I was like, why? What was the point?
I don't
way
know.
to bury that motherfucker. He done.
Like, here's the thing. You could have done that in several different ways. You could have done it where he would go for it and Cody dodged it the whole fucking time. He never landed the damn punch.
Which they did a little bit early on, but yeah, he still did it like 2 or 3 times in that match. So
give him a glancing blow every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, but he doesn't fully get it. But the fact that you did it, and then I was like, that's just.
I told you that's what was gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, at least the rest of the show was good. But anyhow,
but you can't. Here's the thing: you can't use it going forward. Forward.
And hopefully, it wasn't a very good finish anyway. So I'm fine with that.
When the fuck did Cody start using the vertebraker?
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like, yo, Homicide need to have a talk with
So did Shane Helms.
you.
Yeah, that was kind of out of left field. A lot of people says like, why would you end on that?
Get in line.
Crossroads.
Right. Well, do we have anything?
I thought
go
Cross
ahead.
was a solid finisher. No, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say if we had any more to talk about the free agents, that's kind of what this video's for. But either way, yeah, we can talk about whatever. But
I mean, I believe Evil Uno said it best. It's a sad day when all these people are out of work. I mean, at the end of the day,
and it may not be the
lost
last
their job.
Yeah.
And it's like that sucks. Again, I hope everybody lands on their feet.
Well, let's just assume that the names that were been thrown out that were going to be released that have not been released yet, like Keith Lee, Mia Yim, Humberto, Angel. What about those guys and gals? Do you
Keith Lee can go any damn where?
Angel and Humberto, I feel, will go back to Mexico.
Yeah, probably. Keith Lee
can do
whatever the hell Keith Lee wants.
I would love to see Keith Lee at AEW, just as an AEW fan.
Again,
that's just me. I understand they can't take everybody. I get that too.
Because that's too many. At that point, you got too many alphas in one situation.
Which is why they are kind of doing a second show. But we've already seen that their Dynamite show, being on Friday, is not getting a whole lot of good ratings just because it's Friday night, that late at night. So
Friday
we'll see.
Don't use that as an excuse.
No, that's not the only. Everybody's down right now because of the NBA playoffs. Period. But
look,
yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at this. You all need to thank Randy Orton because every time he takes a motherfucker and takes him out, they end up in Matt Hardy.
Yeah, Mark Henry.
Fucking Big Show.
Yeah.
Mark Henry and Christian all ate an RKO and was sent on their motherfucking way. So y'all better give Randy Orton his props.
Watch out, Matt Riddle. You're next. Hey, keep those damn birds in WWE, though. Do not bring them with you. Keep them there.
Randy and Matt Riddle are, in my opinion, killing it right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're killing something. My fucking drive to watch wrestling.
At least Randy's entertaining.
I know, Tony, you saw that shirt. Tony, I know you saw that shirt design because you commented on it. Eric Brand, did you see the fucking shirt design apparently coming for RK, bro?
No.
I saw it.
Oh my!
What is it?
Fucking god!
I mean,
fucking terrible.
Does it have birds?
No, but it's a cartoon snake.
Surprisingly, there's no birds.
It's in the group chat. Yeah, it's in the group chat.
It's in the group chat. It's essentially it's a cartoon snake
on a scooter.
Riding a scooter.
All right,
I told this to Rebecca. The past 5 years, the shirt designs for at least the main roster have been utter
bullshit.
shit.
Because I seen the Aleister Black shirt, then he got fired. But I was like, I like that shirt.
Randy's always had dope shirts.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Randy has always had dope shirts.
There's been some good designs, but
For the majority of the main roster,
shirts.
they have been shitty designs, and this is like the worst design of a t-shirt I've fucking
this
seen.
is a Pat McAfee hoodie.
Well, I mean, let's not forget Jordan Miles.
Oh, God.
Smiles for miles. Black
Smiles
shirt,
for
red
miles.
lips, and white.
They're not all winners.
Definitely. Hold on. One of these days, we should actually do that. Some of the worst WWE merchandise.
What, blackface?
Oh my god!
Of all time, or just?
yes.
Oh my!
No.
Yeah, like
need
we
to
should
do
do a
that.
rank list of worst WWE merch.
Oh,
Going down.
okay. I thought you were saying we need to do blackface.
I already got y'all covered on that one.
No.
We don't need
No,
that.
we don't need
I
that
got
kind of.
Dude, that shirt was mad racist too. That shirt was mad racist. I remember seeing that shit like,
Thought
All right.
someone in creative thought they was slick as shit.
I know. They caught
We got
that shit like,
one by-
All right. Well, I guess if there's no more thoughts on the current free agents and the breaking news, I guess we'll end this video. But we'll definitely be talking a little bit more when we have our special guest, the Bouncer, on this week's podcast, the Fat Boy Cartel podcast, which will be dropping on Sunday here on the channel. So definitely check that out, and we'll definitely be doing that video here tonight as well. So until our next video, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.
Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I can drop it, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable.